Hey guys, this is Natasha Wright, and thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the imposter syndrome. Stick and stay. So, guys, I have been in the public speaking arena for some time now. I'd say probably 10 years, and professionally, maybe about 6 or 7 or more. So, I am pretty seasoned when it comes to speaking to large audiences, small audiences that are highly educated, very technical. I mean, people who are sometimes the best of their class. And so, oftentimes, I may go into these areas or fields to do presentations, to do trainings, and then there is usually like a thought or two that comes to say, what are you even doing here? Are you even qualified enough? How do you think, why do you think they're gonna listen to you? Like, why would they want to listen to me? Because I'm not as qualified. I have not done as much as they have done. All these different things will pop up in my head. And then there's also that feeling of, boy, maybe it was just sheer luck why I ended up right here. Or then there's another conversation that will sound like this to say, man, I'm such a fake. Like, I'm a fake. I'm not real. Or there may be other times that I don't even recognize my own achievements. Now, all of this are actually symptoms of what you would call, what others would call, imposter syndrome. It's just not being able to really celebrate, to acknowledge your own achievements. And that is because of the thoughts that you have. You may be thinking that I'm a phony, I'm such a fraud because I don't think I should be here. I'm not worthy of this goal, of this title, of this job, of this opportunity. And that is how you speak to yourself. No. We need to get it all in your head that this is completely wrong, it's inaccurate. It just so happens that because of your past traumas, what you've been through while you were growing up as a child, it has literally culminated into having these kinds of feelings. And it is normal. Can I tell you? It's so normal. It's normal for me even now, having 10 years experience in public speaking and training corporate persons, to feel as though I'm the smallest one in the room and I'm not worthy of going up there to teach anybody anything. I should be the one learning. And that's true. You never stop learning. But at the same time, I want to share 3 practical ways you can overcome this horrible imposter syndrome. Maybe 3 or 4. I may throw in a bonus one, but you're gonna have to watch the whole video to see that, because this thing will literally destroy you if you are not careful. So if you are suffering from imposter syndrome, stick and stay with me. I'm gonna talk about all these different things and how we can actually combat this thing. So the very first one that I want to talk about when it comes to working on yourself when you have this imposter syndrome is to, one, acknowledge that you have garnered some level of expertise, some years of experience under your belt. Right now, one of the things about having imposter syndrome is that you hardly even recognize who you are, what you're capable of doing, and what you have accomplished. So the idea is, write down all your biggest achievements. Whenever you feel as though this thing is attacking you, you feel as though you're coming under attack from this voice that's saying that you are not enough, you're a fraud, you shouldn't be here, you don't deserve to be in the room, look at you thinking you're all great. You need to have these things ready. They're in mind to say, listen, I am great. I am it. Okay. I am that girl. I am that girl, right? I have accomplished this. I have done that. And so, yes, I deserve to be in the room. Yes, I deserve a seat at the table. So, you need to have those things there so that you can readily identify why people should listen to you. Now, the second thing is that for you to, really battle this thing, it means that you are going to have to work on yourself. I say this all the time. I say this to my mentees. I say this to people when I meet them on the street. Sometimes they'll say to me, Natasha, how are you able to go out there and speak to all these people? Or they'll say to me, how do you feel when you're in a room with diplomats, or you're having conversations with these people who are literally at the top of the success ladder? And I'm thinking to myself, well, they're a person just like I am. They're a human being. All human beings want the same thing. And the truth is, we are all valuable as people. We are all worthy. And so you have to do that internal work so that when you are in the room with greatness, you don't feel as though you are diminished or devalued. You feel lifted up. You feel inspired and motivated. You're saying to yourself, man, I really need to learn a thing or two from this gentleman or that gentleman, and hear their story and talk to them and say, boy, you inspire me. Give me a few tips on how I can grow my YouTube channel, on how I can speak better, on how I can dress better, on how I can deliver in an excellent manner. That's the second one. You have to work on yourself. Because I actually know people who are doing quite well for themselves professionally, academically, but when they are around accomplished people, they somehow shrivel up and die. Like they play dead because, when they were younger, they were told that they'll never amount to anything, and that, maybe they were being chastised when they were younger for not having enough, or for not being in a popular group. And because of that, these individuals have literally grown with these kinds of negative emotions towards people who they assume or presume is accelerating or succeeding. And so what I'm saying to you is that you have to ensure that you work on you. I work on me. I take time, especially like Sunday evenings, and I sit and I write, I detox, I read. I will read throughout the week. I love audiobooks, I must tell you. So I won't get to literally read a physical book all the time, but I have an audiobook that I'm listening to. I'm literally soaking in the word of God because I want to ensure that I value me. If I don't do that, then these thoughts of unworthiness, of being a fraud, of this, that, and the other, they're just going to consume my whole life. I cannot do that. I can't live like that. And so I ensure that I work on me. Now, the third one is that when it comes to the imposter syndrome, I also ensure that I take the time out to work on my craft. So there are many persons, when they have the imposter syndrome, they're not going to sit down and cry, or they're not gonna necessarily play dead. What it does to them is it literally fuels them to want to do more and be more. I'm kind of like that too, but I do have my days where when the thoughts come, I really feel low, because I'm a human being naturally, but I work on myself. So if I get a negative criticism, which I must tell you, if you're gonna be out there in the world and doing your thing, you cannot run away from negative criticisms. You cannot. It doesn't matter what you think. You can't. People are gonna be watching you. And as a matter of fact, you're gonna have a lot more people watching you and not saying anything at all. And even that can be a problem. But work on your gift. If your gift is baking, if your gift is, doing gardening, if your gift is singing, if your gift is dancing, if it's editing, it doesn't matter. Work on your gifting. This is what's going to set you apart from everybody else, because you are seasoned. You operate at this level of excellence that no one can deny you, that you deserve to be where you are, or you deserve to be acknowledged, or you deserve to be endorsed. And so this plays a huge role in combating this imposter syndrome, because I know my worth and because I know my value. I don't need to listen to those voices. I don't need to give in to those voices, because I know for a fact that I am worth what I'm worth, and that when I show up to any particular event, I am going to deliver every single time. Now, why is that? Because I'm always working on me. I'm not sitting down idly. I'm not wasting time. I'm not just, just doing nothing and just giving in to the voices. No, I'm actually working on me. And it plays a huge role in combating this whole, imposter syndrome. Now, the bonus one that I'm gonna leave with you is that you have to have a relationship with God. Now listen, hold up. I'm not trying to give you this, come to Jesus Christ spiel, because he is God and he's going to take care of you, and his burden is light and all these different things. Although those are correct, let me tell you. But I'm just letting you know that you need to have a relationship with your creator. Where did you come from? Whose image were you birthed from? What do you possess as a human being? What capacity? Where does all these wonderful gifts come from, and my abilities? You need to know. If you know that, you won't listen to the voices of the enemy that's telling you that you're not it, because I am it. I'm gonna throw in another bonus one after I finish with this point, because this point is so important. We were all made in the image and likeness of God. Listen, God, not another man, but God. And he is the creator of this entire universe. And if he made us just like him, to have dominion on earth, then clearly we are not just here to just, occupy space. We are here to be possessors. We are here to just max out our potential and to live as gods ourselves, with a small g, right? So we are really to take on the world. And so I'm saying to you that, listen, if you know that, if you have a relationship with God, then that makes you walking into your purpose so much easier, guys. I'm not gonna say you're not gonna have bad days. I have bad days. I have days where people will say some very unkind things to me, but at the same time, because I know who I am and whose I am, I can reassure myself. I can have faith and know that, listen, this is going to pass. I'm going to do well. I can trust in God's grace and mercy and the ability that he has given me, and through his spirit, I can operate at that level of excellence every single time. I'm gonna throw in another bonus one for you guys. I do affirmations. I'm big on affirmations, and there was a point in my life where I would write them every morning, or I'd recite them every morning, or I would just do different things. But I think right now, my affirmations have taken on a different look, a different sound altogether, because I know what works for me at this stage in my life. And so I want to implore you, do your affirmations. If you know that there's a particular area that you are weak in, we all have one. Yeah, we do, right? So if you know that there's a particular area that you struggle in, Get up in the morning, look yourself in the mirror and say, listen, I am that girl. I am that woman. I am a strong, independent, brilliant, beautiful inside out. I possess such magic that people are going to be bewildered every single day at the level that I perform, the quality service I produce, the quality products that I create and design. You have to get up and tell yourself these things. Do your affirmation. It does a world of good, and every single time you get that negative thought, quickly repeat your affirmation. So guys, that's pretty much it. That's what I wanted to share with you, that was on my heart for some time now. And imposter syndrome is something that we all deal with. What I find is the more that you grow is the worse it gets. Yeah. Oh yeah. Unfortunately it gets worse, and then you gotta deal with it in waves. Sometimes it comes and it goes and it comes again, and you know, when you're going through different people issues, it just gets worse and worse. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, deal with it as best as you can, learn through it, but at the same time you need to reassure yourself, build on your strengths, know your weaknesses too so you can admit them. Don't pay criticisms any mind. When it's constructive, you take the meat, throw away the bone, and keep it moving. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. It's been a pleasure serving you. As always, you guys need to give this video a like if it has helped you, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bell so that I can share so much more of these nuggets with you guys. Much blessings and love for you.